Hey everybody, my name is Ignacio, and welcome back to another video. And today I want to talk about a particular video game for you guys. And I've been playing this game for this past week, and it made me realize how much I really like this game. And I'm pretty much late for this video because this game has been out for quite some time. But I just really want to talk about it and just get it out there. So I want to talk about Valkyria Chronicles. Now this is the steel case edition for the PS4. I bought this at GameStop. I remember I walked in the store and I saw this game on the shelf with the steel case, brand new, and they only wanted $30 for it. And the game caught my eyes when I first seen the gameplay and the art cover and stuff like that. So I remember when I first bought that game. But this week, I had the pleasure of playing the game again. I bought the game back in 2016. Of course, now it's 2018. And I had the pleasure of playing the game again. And I went for the Platinum Trophy. I 100%ed Valkyria Chronicles. And the reason why is because the new Valkyria game's coming out, Valkyria Chronicles 4. And yes, I am very hyped for it. It comes out pretty much a month from now. And I'm very excited. And I wanted to refresh in my memory when coming back to Valkyria again. And my god, like the experience when I had when playing Valkyria. I remember when I first played it back in 2016. This was around the time when I wanted to try out some new games, trying to get away from Call of Duty and stuff like that. And one of the pretty much the first games that I played was Valkyria Chronicles. And it was a little bit different. Technically, Valkyria Chronicles is my very first JRPG. Well, it's a strategy RPG. And the thing about me is I'm not into all those JRPGs as much. I like anime, but as for video games, it's I don't know. I just never got into the play style. It just wasn't really my cup of tea. But I'm still open-minded about it. But if somebody was to tell me what's your if somebody was to tell me what's my favorite JRPG, this game would definitely be it. And like the emotions that you go through when playing this game, like where do I start? First of all, the story is great. Now, of course, Valkyria takes place in a fake World War setting back in the 1900s. The thing about me is that I really like the World War aspect. I like World War One and World War Two. And to basically have a game about that and anime style with their own little twists of fantasy here and there, it's a little bit interesting, to be honest. And a lot of things were inspired by World War II, and especially the weaponry and stuff like that. It's really interesting to look at the weapons in that game. But yeah, the story is great. And of course, I'm not here to talk about like the full game itself entirely. I just want to talk about my experience when playing it and how I felt. The story is great. It's a pretty generic. We got to save the world from the Empire itself. The Gallian forces trying to save the world from their hometown is what they say. And it is fucking awesome, dude. Like. The villains themselves are pretty cool. I mean, they only shown like 3 enemies. You got the Valkyr herself. She's a great person. And the reason why I like this game so much is not only that the story is really good, but it's also the characters. And I believe that's what really sold me was really the side people in the game, and just like the two people is Vulcan and Alicia. They're the 2 strongest characters, and no doubtably, and of course you have like Largo and Rosie, Isara. Isara is another awesome character too, and to see these characters grow, because in the beginning they didn't. The thing about like Rosie and Largo, they didn't like the new like Commander Welkin that much, and they didn't like things were going, and see these characters build up. It's just a cool experience. And the thing is that what I always hear about JRPGs is that they always had good storytelling, and I felt like the experience I got from Valkyria Chronicles was the wake up call of why people play JRPGs is really good storytelling. And if that's the case, and it hit its points, dude. It really did. And can I talk about for a moment the way how the game ends? And sorry for spoilers alert, but I'm telling you right now, the way how the game ends was perfect. And it is amazing. Like, the thing is that when you 100% Valkyria Chronicles, you basically know the backstory of all these characters. The thing is, when you go for 100%, you have to, like, get all the reports, and you have to do every single mission in the game. And also, there's also, like, you get, like, a notebook in the game that is called Personal, so it tells you each character's, like gives you, like, I don't know, a refresher of their character or who they are and stuff like that. I don't know. And it just hit its points for that. Another thing too is the gameplay. It's fun. It's really, really fun. Now, I'm not too familiar with strategy games. I do like, and the more I think about it, I do technically like strategy games. I'm not, like, to the hardcore. I'm a very picky strategy person. A good example is that I really enjoy, there was this one game called Dynasty Warriors Advance for the Game Boy Advance, which is, I think, was one of the closest things that I got into a strategy game, because if who has ever played that, you have to carefully put yourself in a position where, should I go this way or should I go that way on a little small board, and who can defend themselves and who can't. It's not deep or anything, it's not like Valkyria, of course, but it was the closest thing I've gotten. And I do enjoy a couple of board games with a bit of strategy, like Risk. I do like the game Risk, and I like Monopoly too. That's another good game, board game. But Valkyria Chronicles, dude, oh my god, the gameplay. It's everything I kind of want in a strategy game. Control your units, go up against the other team, and just capture flags or maybe defend the position. It made me remind me of Warcraft to a degree. You know how in Warcraft, the original, the top-hand view where you have to control your units and destroy their base, it's the exact same thing, and I love that. Now I think about it, Warcraft is a strategy game too. I love that game too. And I'm not trying to compare Warcraft to Valkyria or anything like that, but I definitely get the same vibe as that. And I think that's what makes it so good. And on top of that, what it adds to the gameplay is not only that you get to choose your teammates, but when you choose the one person you want to play as, you get to be a behind-the-shoulder view, and it makes you feel like you're in the combat zone, and you actually get to shoot people. Of course, it's not like Uncharted or Call of Duty where you're rainbow. You can only kill like one person at a time, and I don't know. I just felt immersed when playing the game. Like, I felt like I was actually in the battlefield while being the commander at the same time, and giving out orders and stuff like that. But I'm just saying is that, like, I'll be honest, like, we're going to put an end to this video here in a bit. But when I 100%ed Valkyria Chronicles, like, I finished the game last night. I got my Platinum Trophy last night. And seeing the ending, and because at this point, I put about over 50 hours of gameplay time in Valkyria Chronicles again. And seeing the characters, like, grow and start liking each other. Oh my god, the way it ended, dude. Oh, it's so great. Oh, it's so good, dude. Like I'm not even kidding, guys. I'll say this. I almost cried. Like, I almost teared up. It was so close. If it just holding on just a little bit longer, I definitely would have had shed a tear or two. But it almost got me, dude, the way how it ended. And a little spoiler, but when it was finally over, there was one point where they show the picture of the Squad 7's photo, and just, my god, dude, it hit me. Because seeing characters grow in development, and it's great, dude. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's all I got to say about it. I kind of just wanted to talk about it. This past, like, 24 hours, I just been wanting to talk about this game to somebody. And if you have never played Valkyria Chronicles, look up the game, see if it's interesting, and if it's remotely appealing to you, I would recommend giving it a try. I will say it probably won't be for everybody just because of the gameplay, but trust me, I am no big JRPG fan, and I got into this game very nice. It's a relatively simple game to play. But I will say the game is fucking hard. Valkyria Chronicles is not an easy game. Like, it's not the hardest game out there, but it's definitely right up there. And that's another thing too. That's another thing why I like about this game. The game is brutally hard at times. I remember the first time I played it, I raged so hard, especially the final boss fight, dude. Oh, I can't get over that, dude. I was so mad, dude. I wish I had it like recorded, but I was cussing so much, dude. It was so hard. The final boss, like trying to figure all this stuff. I didn't look up any of this stuff online. There's a lot of guides on the internet and like how to beat like these missions a lot easier now. But when I first played, I didn't look up any guides. I had to do everything by my brain, and it was hard as hell. But and I think that's what makes the story even better, because the missions are so hard, and see that a satisfying ending like that, it's great. And I'm thinking to myself that maybe that's what makes a lot of people like JRPGs, is because there probably are times where the game can get difficult, and it's really interesting. Like it's, I don't know. This is why I want to open up to JRPGs. The thing about me is I don't get into that kind of genre, but if games like this can hit me like that, then I'm willing to open up to certain games. A good example, Persona 5. I played Persona 5 last year, and that was, or was it 2 years ago? Was it a year ago? I can't remember when Persona 5 came out. But I played that game, and I put 90 hours into that game. That game was great, too. Definitely didn't hit the level of Valkyria, mind you, but it definitely hit me. Playing Ni no Kuni 2, that's also a great game as well. But I think that's all I got to say about the game. Play if you haven't. I'm very excited for Valkyria Chronicles 4. And I'm really hoping that it lives up to the expectations of the first game. Because, I don't know, there's like Valkyria is now like my top 5 favorite games, and if there's ever going to be more sequels to the game after 4, I'm willing to look forward to it. Not Valkyria Revolution, that game is awful. But that being said, hope you guys enjoyed this video and my little thoughts on Valkyria, and take care.